Well, hi guys, welcome back to another video. This time I'm up at the woods, a bit of peace and quiet, and I was tagged in a video by Walsh in the woods, and it's all about staking Mental Health Day, so this is my contribution. And we've got a nice big steak to cook. Get this out now. You'll have to excuse me, I'm a little bit crook today. I think a nice bit of fresh air would do me good. So I've got a nice bit of steak from a local butcher's too. It's a nice big bit of about an inch thick. Well, you can see that, about an inch thick. It's a nice bit of tender sirloin. I'm really looking forward to eating this. I'm going to just cook the fire now. I'm going to bring them down to embers, and I'm going to probably cook those on a fire, put them straight onto the coals, and then I'm thinking about doing some sautéed potatoes, some mushrooms, and all the usual really. So today is about steak and mental health awareness for men, because we don't talk about it enough, and probably more than what we do now that we did a few years back. But I certainly don't talk about my sort of health a lot, physically and mentally, even to like the closest people, like my wife. I don't really talk to her about it either. I kind of just sort of figured it's my problem, and I don't particularly want to burden it with anybody, because it's my burden, it's mine to share, mine to have. But so what a good place to do, a good place for it to sit and have a steak, have something nice to eat, and chat to you guys about something that's been going on for a couple of years now, and not a lot of people know, other than close family and friends and things like that. I mean, I've had depression for years, and my way of coping with it back when I was in my teens was to drink and to take drugs, as a lot of people probably have. I used to go out drinking almost every night and get drunk. I would think that was the best way to make me feel better, but ultimately it doesn't, does it? It doesn't make you feel good. Short periods of time maybe, but not in the end it doesn't. I then found smoking cannabis, and I used to smoke that every day, all day, every day for a good 2 years. And at the beginning it was great, you know, it was like, oh, this is my friend, but in the end that didn't work either, and it actually started to break down a lot of problems. I had financial problems, I lost the place where I was living, a relationship failed because of it. I just wasn't in the right headspace, and it all just got worse and worse and worse. I eventually found myself living in a halfway house, and they gave you support, financially support, you know, they gave you a place to stay, short term, I think it was like 2 years or something like that, and I found myself sinking back into that same kind of rhythm of drinking and smoking, and it was getting worse and worse again. And I don't want to say it's too cliche, but I don't want to say I was saved, but I was saved. I met my wife now, Kathy, at this place, and she didn't live there, but she lived just up the road, and we became friends, and eventually we got married, and we've now got a beautiful family with 2 lovely little girls. And that was the answer to a big block in my life, you know, a big kind of gaping wound, if you like. And that's carried me through, you know. I've dealt with problems, and I've dealt with those sort of things, and I'm much happier as a result of that. But I still have the black dog that sits on my shoulder, and I don't think it's ever going to go away. I may deal with it better, but I definitely deal with it better today than I have done all those years ago. I get bouts of it every now and then, and it comes, and I recognise it. I'm able to recognise it, and I'm able to ride it through or deal with it there and then. And a couple of years ago, my dad was diagnosed with cancer, and I could feel all those negative feelings coming back. Negative feelings like, why him? You know, why not me? And having to deal with those feelings was tough, real tough. I don't think you know loss until you've lost a parent. And I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with it. We don't really know how long he has left. He's had it for 2 years. It could be months, it could be less, I don't know. At the time of this, he's currently in a Martless hospital, and he receives care for like the pain medication and things like that. And it's hard seeing him how he is. Really hard. And I won't know how I feel until the day comes when he's passed away, and I'm going to have to kind of fight a feeling to kind of feel that black dog on my shoulder, if you like. I know that strong emotional problems tie into my depression, and it forces me down a darker path. But I do know that I've got out of it, and I do know I've come out stronger as a result of it. You know, it hasn't taken me, as it has plenty of other people. But I feel that I'm stronger than that. So we need to talk about things more. Not just mental health, but how we feel, our emotions, you know, everything. Problems that we have. And I just want you to know, and whoever watches this video, that if you need someone to talk to, just email me or contact me any way that you feel is the right way to help you, because don't suffer in silence, guys. It's not right. It's not right that we do. Should go and make a mistake. I think that's good. We'll do that. I'm just going to saute these potatoes up. Bash them in the pan. Cook them up nice. And I'm going to add a bit of onion to that as well. Put some oil in there. get to cooking that. Add a bit of salt, pepper to the potatoes. Mushrooms. Shortly I'm going to stick the steak on the coals over there as these cook down. Nice big juicy bit of steak. It's got a lovely bit of fat runs along the back side of it. Just going to stick that straight on the coals. Turn that over. That's coming on lovely, that is. Well, that's been resting there for a little while. And they say the proof is in the pudding. Look at that. That's perfectly done. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Just so I like my steak as well. Like it either medium rare, on occasion rare, but mostly medium rare. And that's perfect for me, that is. Absolutely fantastic. It's the best bit of sirloin I've had for a while. I'm supposed to tag someone in this, but I'm not going to today, because I want you to, if someone's watching this and they're feeling bad about themselves, or you know, life's a bit of shit, just pick up the phone, text somebody, message somebody, just say you're not okay, and just speak to them. Because the more people you speak to, the better you'll feel, I promise you. Always good to trust somebody and have someone to talk to about it. I've just been for a little bit of a wander through the woods. It's quite nice this time of year because it's nice and quiet. There's not much growth around. A few birds and things like that. We've just seen the stream as well, and that was quite nice. But it just began to rain, so I figured I'd come back to camp. Just sit underneath the tarp. You may hear the rain. Hear that? There is nothing like the sound of rain. For me, this is perfect for my mental health. It's probably one of two reasons why I do this sort of thing, is because it just improves my well-being. You know, I go home and I feel a bit lifted and feel fresher. It's just, you know, it's the best tonic. And photography was the thing that led me into woodland, so, you know, photography got me out and this found me, so it's perfect really. Just the peace and quiet of it all.